All right, just final preparations here, and we're ready. So we're still on our way to the center of the galaxy. I haven't checked on progress. I did some jumps yesterday. It's a little slow going still. There's a lot of scanning to do, so we're still 5.7 thousand light years away. I think we are aiming for 6 or 7. We're aiming for 7. So we still got some ways to go. We got 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're about 900 light years apart. And then there's the last one, which is considerably less. Pretty much the standard that we've always been doing. long jumps to G and K type stars. Looking in on the systems to see that if the system is worth scanning. Not every system is worth scanning. I did put up, let's see, this thing. I know it's kind of small. I don't know how much zoom in you can do on this, but it does tell you what's valuable and what's not, and I cannot see it unless I put my glasses on. So, well, I have the advanced discovery scanner and the detailed surface scanner, so I'm looking for the green prices. So the regular stuff isn't really worth much. Class 2 gas giants are good money. More than 3 and 1. Mostly because some of these, I believe, can be have some sort of life. The high metal content worlds are very, very valuable if they are terraformable, which is a strange word. If the planet can be terraformed, then they are really valuable, 412,000 each. Water worlds are 700,000 each. So we do like seeing those. And it looks like the image is bigger. I did not see that. Alright, let's make that so. And put it in the middle. Ice bodies are not really worth much. Rocky bodies. Okay. That does change things a little bit. Rocky bodies are actually worth 180,000. Icy bodies are the worthless ones. So we don't really care about those much. But anything with 6 figures, it's pretty much it's worth scanning. Or maybe even 5. I mean, it adds up. I mean, we have to do a lot of jumps to get to the center, and we have to do a lot of jumps to get out. So I expect that it will add up over time. Alright, so there's actually quite a lot to see here right off the bat. We found 11 just by passive scanning and another 18 so we may get lucky and hit pay dirt pretty quickly here. No. Alright, so that's a rocky body. That's an ice body. And 3 gas giants. The rocky bodies out here, they could actually be valuable, so we may want to scan. Alright, so I'm gonna scoop some fuel before we go anywhere. Alright. My current jump range is 35.9 is the max. That's never gonna happen. So I usually jump somewhere between 30 and 33. That's with a non-modified frame shift drive. If you modify it, you can get closer to 40, I guess. Which would have been nice, but I started my exploration trip before I got around to the engineers, so. We have to stick with that. No, I haven't been to Quinn's. I know it's a big money maker. But it hasn't really been on my list of things to do. And I know I said this before, it's like it's your game, you choose what you want to do. And it's not my place to judge anyone on that. I don't want to do Quinn's. It sounds too easy. At least doing the bio wastes. The bio waste runs from Sothis. You have to work for it. It's 400 to 450 light years. I think well, I haven't really bought that much stuff. The only thing you need is that 5A frame shift drive, and everything else should be, you know, D's. Alright, so I got a 5D thruster. That is the biggest, most lightweight thrusters I can have. For exploration, like what I'm doing now, I don't need more powerful thrusters. Shield generator, I got as small and lightweight as I possibly could. Fuel scoop doesn't weigh anything, so don't care. Frame shift drive, you gotta have the best and biggest you can get. Life support, again, it's a D rated, so it's the lowest weight. Power distributor, the smallest, most lightweight I can get away with. Since I don't have any weapons, I don't need anything with huge capacity. Oh, that was an unfamiliar sound. Alright, sensors, again, I upgraded from 5E to 5D, mostly for the drop in weight. Power plant, I could have gone smaller, but I couldn't find it when I was looking for it, so I just said I'm gonna leave it at 5D, which is the most lightweight one I could get my hands on. I downgraded from a 5A that I had from when I was doing combat in this thing. The detailed service scanner and advanced discovery scanner, you don't have a choice. And that's pretty much it. So I stripped down as much weight as I could. I dropped off all the weapons. I dropped off all the shield boosters. So all I got is the 3D. I'm in the last 26,000 light years, I haven't had a need for shields. I have the 2 auto field maintenance units. Having 2 speeds up repairs. It also gives you more ammunition to do so. Plus 1 can repair the other. Not a huge deal. They don't weigh anything either, so having 2 doesn't really it doesn't affect your jump range. So I hope that when I get back to the bubble, I'm gonna unlock one or both of the frame shift drive engineers, and I'll get a grade 5 mod on my frame shift drive, something that will give me some added range. I don't do face cam. My face is all over the place anyways. If you want to see my face, it's easy enough to find. My profile pic is kind of stylish black and white, but still that's my face. It's just my setup right here right now doesn't really work with a face cam. I really should have a green screen if I do that. I'm just an old man playing video games, so I don't need my face on there. Alright, so we're gonna check out this system. There are some things in here that are worth looking at. We're gonna head out to this one. There's some 2 ice bodies, but these 3 rocky ones could be worth some money. That's probably a class 1. So it may not be worth a whole lot of money, but if it's a class 2, then we could get some cash out of that too. So the point of that is of course getting my explorer rank up. You need to make a bunch of money on that. Alright, I think we should put some brakes on. Alright, we gotta put more brakes on. Alright, let's see what this is. Please be a class 2. Class 1. Kind of expected that much. Alright, there's a bunch of bodies around here. We're gonna check them out since we could get some benefit out of that. It shouldn't take too long to do these little guys. Just gonna get really in there. How long does it take? Well, that depends on a lot of things. Mostly your jump range and everything else. So I don't even remember how far it is from the bubble and into the center anymore. I've gone a different way though, because I went out to Colonia. So now I'm going from Colonia and out to the center, which is about 10,000 light years. So it's all about how many jumps, there's gonna be. It also depends on what you're doing. Are you just are you racing to get there? You know, just jump, refuel, then jump, refuel, or are you actually scanning stuff? Because it can take you can take a few minutes to do a full system, like what I'm doing now. So that definitely slows things down, but it's easily like 700 jumps, I guess, into the center. Alright, let's have a look at that. Alright, we got ED discovery. Hold on, I gotta switch back. And alright, so here's ED discovery. This is how we figure things out. We want to go from what? Eravata to Sagittarius. I'm gonna do what's my jump range? I'm gonna do jump range as 333. Alright, so that's 10 jumps in each. Alright, so that's a long list. Alright. So if it's 10 jumps per and it's 80 jumps total, then that's 800 jumps. Quick math, a minute each is 800 minutes, which is 600 minutes would be 10 hours. And then another couple of hours, another 4 hours on top of that. So it's easily 14, 15 hours straight jumping. That's just speed jumps. No, the scans are automatic once you have the equipment. The equipment used is the detailed surface scanner. So you have to upgrade your basic. I think it's called planetary body scanner. That's what you need to look for, and then there's only 2 of them. I think it's just the basic and the detailed, and you need to get the detailed one. That's the one that gives you the most. You also need the advanced discovery scanner. It has an infinite range when it comes to active scanning, which means, you know, triggering the honker. Let's just do that. Kicks. Alright, that one. So that one will discover all the bodies around in the area. I wonder, did I miss some? Alright, I missed this one. But once you have that, you just gotta point your nose to it, select it, and off you go. Alright, so I think we got... No, there's one more. Yeah, it's two different scanners. Don't know why I did it like that, but it is what it is. So yeah, the surface scanner, your ship doesn't come with one by default. You have to buy one. The detailed surface scanner is 250,000 credits. Careful when posting links, guys. Nightbot doesn't like that stuff. I thought... Oh, okay. I thought Nightbot would tell me. Now, if you're gonna make money off exploring, you really want the detail scanner. That just like triples your money right there. Yeah, the only thing I'm missing for a real explorer here is an SRV. It would have been kind of cool to come in here and, you know, put go wheels down on one of these little bodies out here. But I can't fit everything into this little thing. Alright, I'm gonna try and do them from the bottom up. Yeah, it's just that the hanger is heavy, so it cuts down on your jump range. So unless you have jump range to spare, but it is it can be useful. As you can pick up, let's see, there's this whole thing here in synthesis. You can do inject these into the FSD drive and get bonus distance. So you can always mine for those materials on the worlds that you find, and then get bonus jump distance. Not sure if that wears more on your drive or not. I know the overcharging it or supercharging it in the neutron stars certainly does. I don't know, it seems to be okay now, right, Richard? I'm not sure what it was you posted. I didn't see any. I didn't see anything. I thought it would have been. I thought Nightbot would have told me what it is, but I'm not seeing it on the page. I'll see if I can loosen up Nightbot a little bit. So let's see if we can, once we get that going here to the next planet. I should have a little bit of time on my hands. It seems it gives a short timeout after warning. Maybe I can have it so that it gives you a warning before timing you out. It doesn't seem fair. Alright, so this one was really tiny. Yeah, it's always good to mix it up a little bit, otherwise it gets repetitive. That's why I throw in a search for neutron stars and black holes and the like. In between. The other day I found an MS class sun star. That seems to be a red dwarf that's gone supersized. So it's not a red giant. It's still a red dwarf. But it's at the end of its lifespan. That was my understanding. All right, so we gotta see what the next one is here. All right, we're gonna head out there. All right. Spam protection, hold on. Links. Timeout length. Okay. Alright. Alright, so the only thing I can really do with regards to timeouts for posting links is reduce the timeout. The default was 5 minutes, which it's to prevent people from flooding the channel with links. What? I'm not suggesting that anybody here would do that. I'm just I have it on there so that, you know, I don't want somebody to just drop in here and spam the channel with a bunch of links. once you've been here a while and sort of, you know, I know kind of who you are, I recognize your name and stuff like that, I might bump you up so you can post links. But I just want to avoid, you know, people coming in here and posting links to porn and crap like that. That's all it is. So trying to protect myself and protect you guys from that kind of crap. So these small bodies, you need to be a lot closer to get a good scan. Usually under 20 light seconds. Especially moons. It's a big moon. I do occasionally post pictures of stuff I find on Twitter. So if you follow me over there, you can see I often throw out some stuff just when I'm chilling and playing. The cool thing about this being, you know, like 100%. Is that the only one? 100% online is yeah, that was the only one. Looks like we got them all. The cool thing about this being 100% online is that I can log in on any PS4 anywhere and pick up right where I was without copying any files or anything. Just sit down and continue playing. The only thing that is in a file that you may want to copy if you do that is the configuration, your options and stuff, like key bindings, controller bindings, whatever, all that stuff. So everything in the options screen is saved on a file on your PS4. You can copy that out to a USB stick or save it to the cloud. Alright, so there's stuff out here. And now there's more stuff. More gas giants. These are funny. Okay. These could all be twos. Alright, so class 2 gas giants could be worth a good chunk of money. They're not terraformable or anything. Not sure. I don't think that you're getting extra for the scanning the rings. You don't get nothing for asteroid belts, so I just skip those. But there's 2 pairs and a lonely one out on the edge. Alright, so that's that one. And that's the other one. That's the 2 giants. Now that's 1 giant with a smaller ice body as a secondary. And then there's gonna be a bunch of moons around the gas giant. Well, I tried to mix that up as well. I am ideally looking for planets with a high value, and I'm trying to leave off systems. I don't scan systems that are full of ice bodies because it's not worth my time. I'm getting, you know, almost no money for scanning them. And even if it's a first, I'm getting at what, 10% bonus for being first. It doesn't add up to anything. It's like, you know, 3,000 credits with maybe another 300 as a bonus. It doesn't add up to anything. So it's just that just turns out to be a waste of time. It's got out of range. There's still a few bodies around here. Right, so there was I should have saved that link. me see here. Okay. I think I kind of got things tangled up. I'm gonna take it a little easy. I gotta find that, see if I can find that link. History. 2.3. Alright, there we go. Copy that. Alright, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna save it. And then like so. And that one. Alright, so here's the link to the guide that shows you the payouts for the planets. So you sort of have to, you can use that to sort out if it's worth your time to scan those bodies or not. So let's see, right now we're heading to this one. It has a companion planet, and then here that's a rocky body, ice body, and a rocky body and ice body. So these two white ones are worth next to nothing. These other ones could be worth quite a bit. That's probably a high metal content body. So, you know, they're not gonna be, it's not gonna add up to a whole lot, but it's gonna be some. So we're gonna try and get these moons as well before we go into the last. Or is this the last one? This could be the last of the planetary systems here. One of the engineers have the ability to modify your surface scanner, I believe. That will speed up your scan times. That could definitely be worth it. As this process is somewhat tedious. It takes 15 to 35 seconds, I believe, to scan an object. 35 at max range, and then less when you're getting closer. I'm just gonna watch your speed, because if you fly past it, then you have to go around. It's not always ideal. So let's see where we are. We're here, we're scanning these guys. Alright, we got one more. Alright, there's one more planetary system. That's this one. Alright, I'm just gonna scan the planet. I'm not gonna care about those little rocks. So once we get a scan done on this, we'll just jump out to the next system. Alright, throttle up. Engage the drive. Let's see what we can find. Let's see, we're gonna go around and do the scoop. Alright. There's lots of stuff around here. $35 objects. I was kinda hoping to run into a couple of empty ones so we could get some jumping done. With 35 objects, it's bound to be something worth scanning. Alright, we're gonna skip this one. Gonna scan the sun. And I know you're not getting a lot of money for that. That's not the point though, it's just saying I was here. same here. I'm gonna scoop. Scoop and honk. 38, 43. It was a busy system. Let's see if there's something worthwhile in here. I want to see some Earth-like or water bays. It's all giants. Okay. Just gonna scan the sun.
Frameshift drive charging.
And jump out. We got 19 more jumps to the next waypoint.
4, 3, 2, 1.
That's including this one. Same thing here, we'll do the scoop. And a honk. Alright, so there's only 2 suns here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, let's do something else. Let's see if there's any interesting systems around here. We're gonna zoom right in on where we are. Okay. Come on. There's something. Neutron star. Alright, we're gonna jump to a neutron star, you know, just because we can.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so I have done some custom mappings on the keys here for stuff that may be more important than some of the scans that some of the default key mappings or controller mappings. I mean, ship lights. I have never ever intentionally turned on the ship lights. I don't know why I would want to. I don't know what the other buttons are mapped to. They may be mapped to something that is for when you're out of Super Cruise. Did I honk? I don't remember if I did. Yeah, I did. There's another sun in here. Looks to be too far away to be. Alright, so neutron stars are very often already discovered. A lot of people have gone through and mapped them out for the purpose of doing the neutrino, the neutron star highway planetary map. Alright, I don't really care. Alright, so that was the wrong key.
Warning, range drive
Alright, so that was way too
beyond safety
fast.
limits.
No boost from that. Let's see, let me select the neutron star. Ah, holy crap. Never mind. We can try and get it supercharged. Just really want to stay away from this thing as much as I can.
Warning, range drive operating beyond safety limits. Range drive supercharged.
Alright. That's cool. So now we can go to the galaxy map. Yeah, that was fine. I was just playing around. There's a lot of stuff you can do to ensure accidents. I want G and K. And I want 10-7. What? Fastest route. Oh, it's plotting the route right now. Enter the beam at 70% from its start. Yeah, it's always trying to judge where to enter it is always a problem. I thought, yeah, I think was it yesterday I had I thought I was far enough away, but I wasn't, so I got stuck in it. It really sucks, but yeah, I know. I took them off. I took off the F. I think that the G and the K are the ones where you find the most. But I may put it back on because I seem to have lost. I'm not getting any. I'm getting very few Earth-like planets. I think I had one maybe yesterday. It just seems really. I don't know. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back to where we are ish. Alright, so one. Okay, let's see what we got here. If I do FSD boost, I got 133 light years. Okay. So we're gonna boost past a bunch. $90. $114. $126. $29. 33.5. Alright, so that is that is 0.2 light years away or short of the max I can do. Here we go. 133 light years in one jump. Yeah, the reason for plotting the route was to get the routing information updated after I detoured out to the neutron star, and then so I could see where I needed to plot to get along the same line. Alright, so let's honk in here and see what we find. Okay, lots of stuff.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, I think we're gonna scan this system right here. So I think we're going to scan what's around this star and not so much about the other ones. It's a long ways down there. I don't want to spend the time. We just shaved 130 light years off our trip. Would almost be a shame to lose all that gain time on scanning, on traveling to the next star in this system to scan for nothing. So there's a few rocky bodies here, some high metal content, and quite possibly a water world or something like that. I should be able to tell from the picture, but some of them are very similar. And I think here we're just gonna scan the giants. We're not gonna bother with those smaller bodies. Again, just maximizing our profits and return on our time investment. Alright, so let's see what's next. Okay, that's the only one, so that's the sun. That's one of the other suns. And I'm gonna do this one first and then dip down for that one. A system full of class 2 gas giants would be nice. Gas giant with water-based life. Didn't really say anything about class. Let's see what we got. Hydrogen and helium atmosphere. Tiny carbon-based algae, each retaining a small quantity of liquid water, extracting the energy from the intense radiation flux. Alright, that's pretty cool. Class 2 giant. Class 1 giant. Don't have that one yet. That's where we're heading now. Looking forward to that pair. These all have atmospheres. These three do not. So we still have a few bodies left to scan in here. This one on here probably isn't worth much of anything. It's gonna be an icy body, I think, with an ice ring. It looks like another gas giant. So I think we're done in the outer system here. Once we get this one, it's only the inner planets left. So distances should be shorter. So the primary goal with scanning is to get my Explorer rank up. I just got past Ranger before I left Colonia. I hope to get enough scanned on my way to Sagittarius A and then back to the bubble to earn elite status. Or at least be very close to it. It won't give you any updates along the way because you haven't really earned it until you've sold it. So it can't, and there's no way either to actually view the data that you have. I really miss that. this is all just junk, really. But I really miss there being a tab here for, you know, cartography data, so you could go in there and you can see each and every system that you've scanned and its potential value, so you can have some way of keeping track of it, so you know what you have and you know what to expect when you sell it. That way you're not traveling 400 light years to sell your data and then come up 2 million short. Alright, so I think this is where we have that potential for finding that water world. We'll get these two checked out. This is a system with 2 planets. Oh. So close. So this is the water world. We'll see if that's what it is. Water world, yeah, there it goes. And then its brother is back here. It's gonna be nothing special. High metal content. Yeah. Alright, so we got that one. This is a candidate for terraforming. That's a good scan. That's a candidate for terraforming. Nitrogen atmosphere. And this is the water world. Water-based chemistry and carbon water-based life. Atmosphere is very similar to Earth. 68% nitrogen and 22% oxygen. Here we got about 72% nitrogen and A little under 18% oxygen, I think. So this is a very, very Earth-like planet, definitely worth terraforming. Not gonna bother scanning the other 2 planets in there. So we'll just jump to the next system and continue our journey towards the center. Got 5, 6 objects already. Another 22. All stars. It's not that far, but it's not worth it. I gotta take just a quick moment. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so it's cold. I don't think I'm gonna scan anything here. I'm just gonna fill up on fuel and jump out. There's a potential for an interesting view over there. No.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I'm just looking to see here. 200 million in scans.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, so this looks like a
Fuel scooping complete.
just a bunch of suns. There's nothing to scan here. Just doing some lag. Not sure why it was lagging. Alright, let's jump on to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're getting closer. Actually, let's add the F stars back in here and see if we can get lucky. Oh, I did add them in. Did it calculate it with 3 stars in? Alright.
Frameshift drive charging.
Continuing the trip. See what we can find. Alright, there's a few things happening nearby that could just be asteroids. That's metal.
Fuel scooping.
Curious. Alright, so that was not as awesome as I had hoped. Okay, I don't care about that one. That's an ice body. Okay, so this is a class 1 gas giant. We can have a look at that. It's not really a huge payout either, but it's not that far away. We'll get a scan started at 600. No? 500? No? 4? Oh, this is a tiny one. Not a lot of value scanning this thing, but not a huge detour. For the rest of the stuff. These other ones are bigger. We should get a scan from further away. I didn't stream yesterday. I wasn't really up to it, so you didn't miss anything. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So that's gonna be the twins? Yeah. So that's a class 3 gas giant with an icy body twin. And I believe that's the last one we care about scanning. Don't really care about the icy body, but it's here. Next one. So I guess it's difficult to sort of figure out an average price tag on scans here. We haven't really thought about that. But I think if we're scanning stuff, we should be getting pretty good payouts at this point. I'm just trying to think of the math on how this is gonna. Alright, so it's upside down. Alright, there we go. So let's scan this thing. Let's have a look and see what's here. I'm gonna try and figure out. Alright, so that's lucky. We're definitely gonna scan this. This is probably a water world. Okay. So that's a water world. So that's 700,000 right there. If it's terraformable, which I think it is. So regardless of what the other ones turns out to be, the second planet there is a high metal content. And same as the third. So that's 70,000 for those two. 4 and 5 is also high metal content. So that's another 70,000. So that's 140. A minimum of 140 on those 4, plus 700 for that. So that's 850. The sun isn't worth much. Plus 10% first. So that's like an easy million there on this system, assuming that this is terraformable and these are not. If this is not terraformable, then it's only 300,000. It's gonna drop a little bit. So let's see how this pans out. It would be really cool if you could sort of so if I need 200 million credits, and if I get 700 and let's see, 200,000, 200 million divided by 750,000. Alright, so if I scan 266 systems and get an average price of 750,000, which isn't a bad average price. Actually, that might be high. No, it isn't. It isn't high. Because if you only scan systems, like really scan them, when you're running into planets like this, all right, so that's a water world candidate for terraforming, so that's 700, that's like 700,000 right there. This rocky body, this pocket change doesn't matter, but these are all also fairly valuable, and if one of them is a candidate for terraforming, then that's 400,000 credits right there. So even without the even if you run into a system like this without the water world in it, you're still gonna get a good chunk of money out of it, just by having one or two of these possibly being a terraforming candidate. So by selectively scanning systems, you should be able to get an average of at least 750,000 credits per system scanned. And considering the number of jumps you're doing, we've figured out what, 800 jumps for my ship from Sagittarius A and into the bubble. I mean, you gotta scan 266 systems on 800 jumps. That is less than half. I mean, that's all, well, half would be 400. So that's about a third, I guess, somewhere in that region. Yeah, it's exactly a third. Alright, so if there's 800 jumps and you're scanning 1 out of 3 systems, and you're getting an average of 750,000 credits for the systems, then you should be good. Alright, so alright, that one was not candidate for terraforming. Alright, so I'm going to be selective in my scanning here. I'm only going to scan the inner systems that I'm getting money for. Even if that means a little bit back and forth. So the question is then, are you getting enough money out of those? Out of the giants? Scanning giants is not worth it. They're scanning giants is not worth it. Even if there's 6 in a system, you're gonna get only 300,000 out of that at the most, if those are class 2 gas giants, and they're not all gonna be. So scanning gas giants is not worth it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen. It doesn't say anything if there's a bonus for rings or not. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let me pass that one by because I was looking at the payout graphic. Alright, we got that one, we got that one, we got that one. Uh, 200k temperature, that's pretty hot. So I wonder if those planets are not terraformable because they're too hot. Maybe we'll have better luck with the this system over here. Yeah, I can't believe I actually made it to Pioneer. Almost made it to Pioneer without the detailed surface scanner. It doesn't look like it. It's oh, hold on. What am I? I'm Ranger. Okay. I think it says 100,000 and 200,000. No, sorry, 100 million and 200 million. So, like I said, if you can scan 260, 270 system out of the 800 jumps, 1 out of 3, and your average earnings is 750,000 credits, which I think is lowballing it. All right, so that's 700. What did I say? So that's 850. And that's another 150 close to there. So that's a million for this system, plus that one, which doesn't count for much. I don't think did I scan the star? Don't know. I think I did. Yeah. So if you get one water world or Earth-like in a system, you're definitely gonna get a good payout. If you get 1 or 2 high metal content worlds that are where either 1 or 2 are candidate for terraforming, you're gonna get a really good payout. If the system doesn't have anything like that, then you might as well just jump on to the next one. So that's our new strategy. I need 3 high metal content worlds and or Earth-like or water world. I'm not really going to be scanning for anything else. Alright, so two suns, 3 suns, and a gas giant. Moving on. So I'm not gonna start counting now. I'm gonna get to Sagittarius A, and then we can You can try starting sort of counting and keeping track. I'm gonna have to print something out, I think, and have handy so I can check off. So we can kind of keep track of how many systems we scan versus how many we skip. Alright, so there's only one here. Not worth my time. And then we can see on the way from Sagittarius A and back to the bubble if we're getting anywhere close to 1 out of 3, as well as 750k average on what we're scanning. That will be an interesting app. You know, just for that could be an interesting app. I can write that. Not today, but some sort of jump companion for keeping track of your scan systems. What you scanned, what your estimate for pricing on that is, and that's a new app idea. I'm gonna put that in my folder of app ideas. I'll start working on that on Monday. Alright, gas giants. Moving on. But here we go. Let's see what we got here. Gas giant, not worth it. Even if these are all class 2, I will get 50,000 each. So that will be 100,000 credits on that, which is
Fuel scooping.
not enough.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
So we run into kind of a bum stretch here with nothing to scan.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, so passive scan only got 1. Active scan got nothing more.
Frameshift drive charging.
Wow.
Four, three, two,
Maybe 1 out of 3 is a little optimistic.
fuel scooping.
Alright, so this looks like a binary system.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, I thought it said another object. Well. So we got nothing here.
Drive charging.
This has really been a bad stretch.
Four, three, two, fuel scooping.
Alright, I'm almost putting money on gas giants now.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
No. Well, these are mostly icy bodies though. The only one is that one. I'm gonna scan it just because it's the only one here and I've had a really lousy streak. But if this one turns out to be a candidate for terraforming as well as high metal content, then we're getting at least a 50% payout on this one. So let's see what we're getting. High metal content, carbon dioxide, too hot. Pretty sure the rest is just junk. Alright, sayonara, we're jumping out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, hopefully this one will be interesting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Again, doesn't look likely that there will be much here. There's one planet out there. Let's have a look and see what that is. That's an icy body, 14,000 light seconds out. Alright, so we're gonna have a look around. See if you can find something. Still haven't found a carbon star. There's one. Hold on. Let's see what that is. Alright, so that's a neutron star. It's kind of going in the wrong direction though. Really? There's nothing? Find that hard to believe. Alright, well, there's nothing we can do about that. Let us move on. What are we now? 8? Yeah, 920 light years. So I know it's kind of weird with waypoints being 920 light years away. The max you can have is 1,000. Elite won't do any routing beyond 1,000 light years. I tweaked it down to 920 so that the last waypoint would be close to Sagittarius A, so that when I start like the last live stream before we get to Sagittarius, there's like 10 jumps maybe until we get there, so that you know, I know for a fact that we are gonna get there. Everything's gonna be fine. We're not gonna, you know, mess around for a long time before we get there and drag out. It's gonna be like boom, 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 and here we are. So I kind of messed around a little bit with different ranges between the waypoints in ED Discovery to get to 920, which gave me that last you know, a few jumps before we get there. I did the same thing, I believe, with Colonia, where the last waypoint was about 300 light years away from Colonia, so there would be 10 or 11 jumps in the last episode before we got there. So we're sort of hyping up the arrival a little bit. We got, you know, a few more jumps to go, a few more jumps to go. Here we are without it taking hours and hours. Sorry, I did get a little distracted by that app idea. So, oh hey, look at this. It's like jackpot on the first jump. Alright, these are most likely all high metal content. Not sure if that first one there was a water world or not, and if one of them, even one of these, is candidate for terraforming, then we're gonna meet our probably really. Let's do a victory lap. If even one of them is a candidate for terraforming, then we're gonna meet our 750,000 credit goal here, I believe. All right. So that was, so that's 400 right there. That was 400k. Yeah, so my mind is kind of racing a little bit now on trying to figure out how to do this app thing. It sort of has to be fast. It has to be something where you can enter in your stuff fast, because if it takes you forever, then you won't do it. And then what's the point? Gotta see if it's been done already as well. Alright, here we go. make our way out here. Alright. So that was wicked awesome. Okay. Alright, so we're scanning the system because we did find a number of high metal content worlds in here, and they are potentially fairly valuable. So we're gonna try and grab all of those. This is the first jump on our new set of jumps towards the next waypoint. I think we're on waypoint 9 out of 13 to get to Sagittarius, so we're getting there. And that's another water world. That's 2 water worlds. Unfortunately, they're both too hot for terraforming. I'm gonna scan that last one as well. I think that may not really be worth it, but we'll give it a go. Alright, so this one is terraformable. Doesn't look like temperature has anything to do with it, which is weird. The surface temperature of 700 Kelvin, that's hot, man. So that's 400k, and that's high metal content. Terraforming, that's 400k. These are pretty high value, even if they are not for terraforming. This is probably not a high metal content world. May not be very May not be terraformable, we don't know yet. We'll see. We're almost there. Alright, so I'm gonna scan that while I'm looking here. Alright, so this one is not... Well, wait a minute. Um... 300 Kelvin isn't hot, that's cold, isn't it? Kelvin. Okay. $273K is the freezing point of water, it's 0 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit. Alright, so if it's much hotter than that, well, I still think 730 Kelvin is probably a little hot for terraforming, but they might be able to get that temperature down once they clear out some of that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Let's ping this thing and see what we got. Alright, there's only 2. That might be a water world. That is likely a high metal content world. Alright, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna scan those 2. Worst case scenario, it's only gonna be a worst case scenario, it will be 70,000. 70,000 for 2 high metal content worlds. Best case scenario, terraformable water world 700,000, terraformable high metal content 400,000. Let's be optimistic, shall we? We're going for best possible. Alright. This is the one we're hoping is Waterworld. Come on. Waterworld, yes. Okay. Next one is this guy. It's right there. Alright. We're gonna wait until we scan them both before we look and see what we got out of this. Alright, so I was wrong. There was 2 water worlds. Alright, so before we look, let's that will be a minimum of 600,000. If any of them is terraformable, we're looking good. Alright, so this one not a candidate for terraforming. Terraforming. Alright, so this one is worth 301,000 credits. This one is worth 679. Round it up to 700. So that's 1,000,000 credits on this system alone. Awesome. I'm gonna scan the sun and then we're gonna head out of here. The sun isn't worth anything, it's just a regular yeah, it's like 3,000 credits for what are we looking at? F, G, and K. This was a K, it's 3,000 credits. Okay, so next one. So you had what are we, 2 for 2 on the new leg of the journey here? Here's another one, and there's only one passively discovered. That's usually a bad sign. 4 and 3 of them are stars. So basically this is going to be a bust. It doesn't matter what that. Yeah. Alright, the only potential interest here is if any of the stars are close enough to do any cool pictures, but not this time. Hello. It's getting very, very hot.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so 2 suns, that's it.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're kind of running into a rough patch here with running into a rough patch here with very few stars, very few planets to scan. There's plenty of stars, but
Fuel scooping complete.
alright, we gotta get clear of the sun. Nope.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, come on, let's have some. I need another one to have some luck here. Okay, that's not bad. We got 11 off the bat. And another 18. Alright, these are not worth anything. This could be. Am I gonna go scan it? It's close. does have potential. It does have potential, even if it's only a... Well, that looks like a water world by the initial surface indications. Yep. So that's 300,000 right there. Nothing else in this system is worth anything. So we're just gonna jump out.
Frameshift drive charging.
I guess I could have improved.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I could have improved jump range by reducing the size of my fuel tank. That would be a... Cutting it in half would be a 16-ton drop in weight. But that doesn't give you much wiggle room. It means you have to scoop like all the time because you got 3-4 jumps. I think my max jump now takes about 5 tons of fuel. So that's 3 and 5 is 15, so that's 3 jumps. So you have 0 wiggle room on. These are going to be gas giants. You have 0 wiggle room on the jumping. You don't. You go off the beaten path a little bit, you're going to be stuck in no time. So that probably wouldn't have been worth it. I am gonna try and scoop a little bit here just to keep the tank topped off. Yeah, and with a very small tank, like a 16-ton tank, fuel tank, the options on going on neutron star highway is slim. You're still using fuel when jumping. You just get a lot of extra. You just get extra range out of the fuel you have because the drive is supercharged. But you're still using fuel, and if you have some bad luck, you could theoretically jump into a system where you can't scoop, and you are either not able to jump out because you don't have enough fuel, or because the next star is too far away. Yeah, that's not that wouldn't have been enough, you know. So you run into a bad patch of brown dwarfs or whatever, you're gonna get stuck and need fuel rats.
Fuel scooping complete.
I have considered joining up with the fuel rats when I get back to the bubble. And I know I said I would stay away from the T6, T7, but I might get a T6 outfitted as a tanker and just alternate between the T6 and the Explorer for tanker duties and exploring. It's just been a really long time since I used IRC. Yeah, I don't think these are gonna be what I was hoping they're gonna be. Yeah, I think the T6 might be good for stuff like that. On the Fuel Rat website, they have like a list with, you know, possible configurations for a Fuel Rat ship. The Asp Explorer is one of them, but I don't know if I want two Asp Explorers. I need to see what the T6 has to offer. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be what I was hoping it was going to be. Yeah, the T6 as a tanker would just basically be, you know, some cargo hold for the fuel inputs, fuel tank, limpet controller, and then just as low weight as you can get with everything else, and a big jump drive. I mean, you can even go solo play, you know, until you get in vicinity of the client, and then you jump into open to avoid griefers. I know some people say that there are no griefers. It's all good, you know. Oh, look at these guys. That close by. I'm gonna go get them. I think I'll go get him. Yeah, so next week we're definitely gonna end up in Sagittarius A. I want to see how much I get to play over the weekend. If I can get to waypoint 12, or not. So if I can get to waypoint 12, then Monday would definitely be welcome to Sagittarius A. If I'm not there yet on Monday, I might do a stream, a PC stream. Obviously swapping things around. I'll do a PC stream on Monday, and then off stream I might get to waypoint 12 on the PS4 side.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I'll do PS4 on Tuesday with arrival to Sagittarius A. Pyra Firestone has subscribed. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. I hope you find some of the information we share here a little bit helpful. Now this is the one I'm most interested in. It's only 4,000 light seconds away. It shouldn't take us too long to get there. That is a water world. That is a class M. Could potentially be profitable in there. I wouldn't have gone into just kind of violating my own rule a little bit. I usually don't jump into secondary stars to do the planets, but this secondary was pretty close. 4,000 light seconds is almost like in system, so I'll allow that. I usually don't do anything when you get into 10,000, 20,000 light seconds. It's a lot of travel, and unless there's a huge payout at the end of it, it's just not worth it. It has to do with how much time you're spending on how many credits you're making. So you gotta set the cutoff point somewhere. Water worlds though are really valuable to sell the data for, so I'm gonna go for that. The other ones are high metal content worlds. They're also fairly valuable, especially if they are terraforming candidates. And I am definitely gonna have to draw up something later on that Explorer companion app. That would be really cool. Alright, we still got so much to go. That's why we're slow. All right. Come on, come on. So that was a water world. Candidate for terraforming. Yes, that's awesome. This one is close by. This could potentially be a good one too. No, I did go close on one. I found an awesome one. I think it was yesterday. It was a huge water world with a ring. And I did go pretty close, but I couldn't find Kevin Costner anywhere, so it may not have been the right one. Alright, we're gonna have a look and see what else we can find here in the vicinity. I'm gonna hit up that one. I think I posted that water world with the rings on Twitter. I don't do it much when I'm playing up here and streaming. If I'm just lounging downstairs in the living room and you know, getting some jumps in and some scans, just like off-stream stuff, then especially if I get close to big planets because I'm scanning, you know, everything. Okay, we got like 0 speed. Then if I find something that's interesting, I'll snap it and post it on Twitter. Usually, like binary and like binary stars, where you know, jump in and there's like 2 stars staring you in the face. Triple systems is. I'll also post that. Other than that, it's usually just gas giants or any kind of ringed system, I think, where you can fly low over the rings and get a good picture of the rings, your ship, and the planet. So yeah, unless I run into something really super interesting on the while I'm streaming, I'm not gonna do Twitter pics from here. It is kind of strange though how I seem to find those systems more when I'm downstairs. I think there's an issue with there's an issue with on the PS4 Pro, the fan. It seems the CPU is working very hard when you're trying to post a picture to Twitter. It doesn't have anything to do directly with Elite Dangerous or anything, but the fan seems to kick in the second you switch to the post picture to Twitter screen, which means the system is getting really hot when doing that, but that's a PS4 issue. Alright, so let's have a look before we skip out. Let's see, so we scanned these two guys, didn't get much for that. We skipped that one. That's a good one. And this is a candidate for terraforming, so that's definitely worth it. That's double of that one, so that's 800,000. Waterworld terraforming is, what did I say, 700,000, so that's 1.5 million right there. Another good chunk of money on that one, and that one, and that one. So that was well worth it.
Frameshift drive charging.
That was more than double of our calculated average.
4, 3, 2,
1. So I'm a little bit excited about that. Alright, this is a shiny one. There's nothing nearby. There's something a little further away. That could just be gas giants. Ooh. All right. So, that's okay. All right. I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna say it's less than 10,000, so we're gonna go for it. The planets down here are all gonna be worth it. All right, that's high metal, high metal. These are all high metal, but maybe one water world. If two of these are candidates for terraforming, then it's pay dirt. If not, it's just gonna be an average. So let's see what we got one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not counting that one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so there's 7. There's 7 of those. And where's my glasses? That's 238,000 credits at a minimum. If there's any terraforming possibilities in there, we're off the chart. So this one could be worth it. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one out here. And then we'll work our way up. Up is now defined as up on my screen. This is a water world. That is definitely the water. You can see the shimmer. I hope you can see the shimmer on the stream. That means water world. And that changes that from being 34,000 to 300,000. So that takes us from 238,000 to 500,000 flat just in one, which is a little bit shit. Just a little bit short on what we were hoping for with the 750. But with the the high payout we got on the previous one, I think we're okay. So I'm not gonna go and check details on these until we scan them all. I don't want to pop in and out. It's so slow loading that screen. So we'll just scan them all and then we'll review after the fact. Has anyone looked at those fuel limpets? Do they carry like just 1 ton of fuel per limpet? Because if somebody needs a ton, a lot of fuel, then you're gonna have to spend. Oh crap! I did it again. May I save this one? Saved it. All right. And you're gonna have to spend a lot of limpets to refuel someone unless the limpets come back. But even so, no, I don't think the fuel limpets will work the same as the collection limpets. That wouldn't make sense. So you could potentially look at spending a good chunk of limpets trying to get fuel over there, and if you're not getting them back, then that's 100 credits per plus the fuel. So you're gonna need to have a big cargo hold to hold all those limpets, which in turn is gonna restrict your jump range. But that is one thing to consider when you're out flying, is what happens when you run out of fuel. When you run out of fuel, your power plant stops working. And when your power plant stops working, your life support stops. And when your life support stops, you run out of oxygen. So you only have a very short time before you're dead. Which is, of course, completely dependent on what life support module you got. Yeah, so it sounds like that you can you deliver 1 ton of fuel per limpet, and then the limpet is used. Collection limpets works differently. They have a time span where they're usable, and they will collect stuff and bring it back for as long as, you know, their 5-minute lifespan or whatever. But the fuel limpets, they seem to work as the prospector limpets, where they just, you know, it's a single use limpet. You use it once and you're done, that's it. Okay, we're not going there. So, but we are getting way ahead of ourselves with planning out our fueling strategies here. But you also gotta yeah, that just means you can transfer fuel faster to some extent. So you also have to, as a fuel rat, I guess you have to fuel them up so they can get to somewhere where they can refuel And if they don't have a fuel scoop, then that could be a long way. Potentially. Did we get all of them? I guess that's a no. So did you get started on scanning Site 1? I haven't started yet. I need to look and see what it is that I'm actually supposed to do. It seems you have to complete quite a lot of scanning. Printed out the sheet of paper. Where did it go? Never know when there's cats around and dogs. Okay, we scanned that one. There's 2 over there. Alright, so let's see. I think that's the sun. Hold on. Despite the title on the stream, I don't really want to fly into the sun. So let's see what we got. Scanned it. Didn't get those 2. Alright, let's go there. So that's those 2, and that's everything for this start. Okay. So it's this twin planetary system. It's the last 2 we gotta scan. It's high metal content. And the last one. Alright. Alright, let's see what we got. High metal content. High metal content. High metal content. High metal terraforming. High metal terraforming. High metal terraforming. So that's 800,000 for those 2. High metal terraforming. That's 1.2 million. And Waterworld 1.5, 1.6, 1.6 million right there, buddy. fünf. Yes, I do speak some German, which is always funny. One of the companies I worked for a long time ago, we got bought up by a German company, and I sent over our new boss from Germany. And he was not too thrilled that I actually understood German, because I was in his office fixing his computer as he was having a conversation in German with somebody else. And I guess he thought it was gonna be all nice and confidential and private, speaking in German. It was not. Alright, I think this is the last jump for today. I'm gonna stop here for today. I'm gonna take a break. I guess in a way there wasn't much here to scan anyways. Okay, that's kind of cool. I gotta say that's pretty cool. That's an F, there's a G, and a K, and an M. 4 star types in the same system. Well, that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna go make some lunch, and I'll be back on Monday with either arriving at Sagittarius, or we're gonna do the PC with the Ancient Guardians. We'll have to see how far I get over the weekend. But that's gonna be it for today. I'm tired, I need a rest, and hopefully I'll see some of you back on Monday. Alright, have a great weekend everybody, and I'm signing off.